Hey folks, welcome to Bad Christmas Pudding. Today, Toby can't be here because he's busy getting pegged by a Yule log. We are joined instead by the host of the show with no name, who is joining us via Skype conference call. And our story is...
Skype, all the way from hell.
Our story is, he sees you when you're sleeping.
Does he see you when you make grammar errors too?
I hope not. Before I start, I just want to wish you all a happy holidays. I mean...
Can you stop there? Because I feel like none of the pasta is going to, measure up to that. That's all the joy this pasta's going to give you, so can we just quit?
I kind of hope the rest of this wall of text is just apologies for that sentence. This was quite a traumatizing experience I had when I was young. Anyway, get comfortable, because this...
So traumatizing. Alright, I'm going to tell you all about it. Get uncomfortable while I make you uncomfortable again.
It's so weird.
The worst experience of my life. It's 4 to me, so it's very down. Well, sit down and enjoy yourself. Pull up get some cocoa.
This is something I never want to talk about. Let me tell you all about it.
Get comfortable, because this is going to be a very disturbing story. I like to be comfortable when I'm disturbed. I always tell this story around Christmas time to my friends and family, and I thought
you
this...
sound wonderful to be found with. I mean, oh, who's that? Oh, that's just James. All he does is talk about that one horrible experience he had as a child. Oh, he sounds so nice.
Yeah, better invite him to the Christmas party again.
Yeah.
I thought this subreddit would love stuff like this, presumptuous of you, so here it goes. It was Christmas of 2008 and I was pretty young. I still believed in Santa at that point. He was 20, so I had the attitude of, oh, if I stay up, maybe I can catch him. God damn my curiosity. This year I was absolutely positive I was going to catch him. It's a terrible thing. He walked down, saw his dad putting the presents out, completely ruined the illusion. I had a ton of caffeine ready.
That would be brilliant if that was a story.
Anyway.
I've been upset every year since.
Yeah, you still dragged him down to the basement anyway.
I love this. I had a ton of caffeine ready. Right, so you were old enough to drink lots of coffee, but you believed in Santa. So I wouldn't fall asleep waiting. At around 12:30 in the morning, I knew my parents were asleep, and they were extremely heavy sleepers. I snuck downstairs.
It's light in the morning. Why would you be waiting for Santa at 30 minutes after noon?
To my surprise, my presents were already there. I thought, shoot, I missed him. I hung out downstairs for a few hours playing on my iPod Touch. Wait!
Did you take one of the presents and just started, opening it up and playing with it?
I just realised that I missed earlier on. It was Christmas 2008. How old are you now, then, if you still believed in Santa in 2008? Are you...
35.
It's beginning to explain the grammar, perhaps. This is where it happened. While I was sitting... You could look down a hallway to see a sliding glass door. I don't know how long he was standing there, but all I know was when I looked up from my iPod...
Who are you talking about?
He was standing right outside, looking at me. It's Santa, I thought. As I looked closer, he didn't seem like the jolly fat old man we all came to love. He was in a bright red suit, but he wasn't fat at all. He was extremely pale and skinny. He was Jack Skellington.
He had these black eyes and this weird, unnaturally wide smile. Jeff the Killer, ruining everybody for everybody since the beginning of Jeff the Killer.
If the guy had actually been a good writer, if it just turned it into if it was actually Jack Skellington, but never actually said it was Jack Skellington.
Yeah, and this whole thing was being told from the perspective of one of those little kids from the from Nightmare Before Christmas when Jack's dropping all the presents in. That would save the whole thing, if I'm honest. He was relatively old, possibly in his 60s. He had bright red cheeks and giving a good creepy...
Let me
try this again.
What giving a good old creepy smile?
No, it still doesn't make sense. He gave me a hand signal to come to the door.
That's not English.
I started walking down the hallway and I started getting a this isn't right feeling mixed in with a I hit the jackpot feeling too.
This guy talks about everything so weird.
I'd really love to hang out with this guy, just have him tell me an anecdote about something that happened at work. It would just seem so whimsical. I got a head full of elves feeling, but I also got a shoes full of soap feeling at the same time. Do you know what I mean? The feeling that when your mum comes into your room and paints you up like a clown.
I mean,
Like-
I mean, this guy I didn't know. He gave me some cocaine. Like, part of me was thinking, like, this probably shouldn't happen. And the other part of me thinking is like, I know, but coke though.
That's for explains all the capital letters. He's like keeps doing lines and shouting.
I hit the jackpot.
As I walked, he gave me the same look all the down. Do you even English?
He was sizing up my outfit. He's like a bratty teenage girl. The pajamas are so ugly.
No lights were on in the hallway, and there was a bright light shining on him outside the house. As I opened the door, I said, "Oh my gosh, Santa, it's you!" He
You
started.
didn't capitalize Santa.
He started in a high-pitched voice. Who wants to voice Santa?
Why, hello there, little boy. In my high-pitched voice.
Hello, little child.
This is
I got a candy cane in my pants for you.
It's me, Maximilian Pegasus.
Why, hello there, little boy. It's good to see you. Have you seen the presents I've given you?
I couldn't believe
Right
it.
next to Kitty Vomit.
I was talking to the real Saint Nick himself. Yeah, I did! But Santa, why are you back here? I looked closer into his eyes and realised they were pure black. You fucking called this already, didn't you? Nothing but pupil.
Well, see, you are a special little boy.
A special.
Special little boy.
That sounds like a weird
Understand?
Hanukkah food. Like, special.
Yeah, like
Special
what?
with the matzo balls and the gefilte fish.
I was like, "What are you having for dinner?" I'm having duck special. Actually, it's quite good.
Oh, who knew? Santa was Jewish.
That just opens up a black hole of questions.
So special, you made the top of my nice list.
I was so confused. I had always been good, but never so good that I never did anything naughty. So you weren't always good.
I
So
was good, but I wasn't good.
so what now? He let out a wide grin.
Let out a wide grin.
Now you get to be one of my elves.
I squealed in excitement like a girl.
I swelled in excitement.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, I squellered in excitement. Can I go tell my parents? He frowned.
No, no, no.
It's like ho, ho, ho.
Can't. If you tell them, they might think I'm some sort of crazy person.
No way.
They might not even believe I'm the real Santa.
Okay, it started out as a normal voice, but then it just turned into CREEPYPASTA as Santa.
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing. I would pay good money for that movie to get kickstarted.
Rudolph was a crack baby.
I thought about it for a second. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes
Senk.
senke.
Think.
That makes senk. What do you want to do then? Are you going to take me back with you to the North Pole, where you're not from? Because I can't go there. My parents will know. He was quick to respond.
Yes, yes, I know. We're just going to go around to the neighborhood, delivering some extra presents.
I smiled. Wow, that sounds fun. Oh Christ, where's your reindeer? He laughed. Come on, Matt, you can do it.
They're in my sack.
Information.
I was confused. Why? I could see an insane amount of his yellowed teeth.
What?
Killed them.
Well, that escalated quickly, I replied. No, I was shocked. What? He laughed again.
Ho, ho, ho. Yes. Just look at in my sack.
You're projecting now, Matt. He opened it. The stench was
Don't make the jokes for us.
the stench was atrocious. It was filled with bloody organs. I like this one. It was filled with bloody organs and intestines. Why would you do that? I cried.
Because they were naughty.
Why does he talk like he writes for the New Yorker now?
The voice has a life of its own.
He screamed with that scary voice only men can do. Excuse me.
Sexist.
I went silent and I started shaking.
Ho, ho, ho! Let's go, kid!
I was too scared.
There's no comma there. Ho, 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 let's go, kid.
I was too scared to do anything else but follow him. So you were scared. You were not scared enough to be frozen to the spot. You could move, and you didn't run away.
So it's just like
Get your parents.
There's like fight or flight responses. There's not go along with it response.
It's like I could stand here.
No, his idea of flight, he's trying to do the flight, but he's facing the wrong way.
Just go and wake your family, shake them and stuff. Mum's crazy Santa downstairs. Please pull the police. We walked half a mile up the road, and it was freezing out.
Ooh! I am really taking Pegasus Santa.
You really are.
Ooh! This house here, it has some naughty people in it. What I want you to do, is knock on the door and ask them to call your parents. Leave the door open.
What?
Okay, let's just check this out.
Now he's Creepypasta Santa William Shatner.
Check this out. Right, close quotation marks, space, no quotation marks. What are you going to do to them? Close quotation marks. Sweet Jesus. He smiled.
Give them what they deserve, of course.
Like coal? I asked.
Yep.
He said. I did what I was told. A teenage girl answered it.
Oh my god, kid, what are you doing outside? It's freezing out here?
Apparently the girl was Lumpy Space Princess. I looked at her for a few seconds. Can I please call my parents? She looked around.
I'm inside.
As I walked in and I asked to use the bathroom, she said okay and directed me in. As I started, I hear... Alright, it wouldn't be complete without one. I hear someone walking past my bathroom door. Shot! It was so loud. I don't know. Sometimes you can guess what they're trying to say, but in this instance, I have no idea. Please explain what they are to me, because this idea...
Shoot. You said shoot before, so I'm going to assume that it's a misspelling of shoot here.
I didn't know what it was, and I was too scared to come out. Santa! Santa, I yelled. I waited about 30 seconds. As I walked out, I saw something that gives...
Mississippi. To Mississippi.
Just love it. As I walked out, I saw something that gives me chills to this... Oh, excuse me. No, it is correct. As I walked out, I saw something that gives me chills to this date. I mean, it's not correct, but you know what I mean. Right, I walked out and shit you not.
So all this time he's been saying, oh, gosh darn it, and shoot, and now it's shit you not.
I walked out and shit you not, saw Santa eating the intestines out of the girl. Well, at least it wasn't her intestines. Out of the girl. Like a rat. Do you generally eat the intestines out of a rat? Santa, did you kill her? He got up, looked at me and said...
The youngest meat...
Yep, wrong meat.
The youngest meat is always the tenderest.
Okay, that is not a legit sentence. They're messing with us. That is not a serious sentence.
I ran out of the house. Never do I remember a time where I was scared.
You never remember a time when you were scared?
As I looked back from down the street...
There's gonna be a time when you're scared. It's certainly not gonna be in this story.
He was in front of the house, staring at me with black eyes. I kept running. I got back, locked all the doors, jumped into bed, and went under... We were there from the opening sentence. We were there from the title, and went under the covers. I don't know why I didn't tell my parents. I was so confused. He was Santa. What if she was just naughty? And what if he came for me next? I had one level house, and so I made sure I didn't look out my window. I just started crying.
Look at my window.
Didn't look... Yes, excuse me. I made sure I didn't look at my window. I just started crying. I thought about death. What he was going to do to me if he came after me. Who, death, or it was probably Santa? Then I heard it. It started soft at first, and I refused to believe it was real. I heard Santa Claus is coming to town outside my house. My stomach dropped. It wasn't a normal version, not at all. It was the one line over and over.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He sees you when you're sleeping. He sees you when you're sleeping. I'm getting tired. He sees you when you're sleeping.
And not one of those has the word "you're" spelled appropriately. Right.
They're all the wrong "you're."
I could hear the music coming closer to my window. I bit my pillow as I was having an orgasm, crying all the more. I knew he was staring at me now. It kept going the whole night. I had all the Santa merchandise. I was sweating and it was so hot under my blanket. I didn't get up because I was so scared. I didn't know how, but I must have passed, as in not the present, out from being so hot.
He said I didn't get up because I was so scarred.
Oh yeah.
When did that happen?
I was so scarred.
Passed out in his bed. You mean you went to sleep?
I must have been in the past from being so hot under my blankets and crying. I woke up the next morning and he was gone. And that's the end. I mean...
What?
Okay, so let's read some comments. A Wikia contributor says, "This is actually creepy."
No, it's not.
Okay, holy crap, still don't know what to say other than 10 out of 10. Get all nice and comfortable, guys, for this horrible and traumatizing story. That made me what? W-H-U-T.
That made me what?
That made me what?
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 What? Okay, so that was He Sees You When You're Sleeping. Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I found it scary.
Okay, so what are our closing thoughts on He Sees You When You're Sleeping?
Okay, this is I feel like the person was actually trying to make a story, but then halfway through there was like, you know what, this is really stupid. Let's just have fun with it.
No, I think it's trying to be serious. It's like, ooh, creepy evil Santa. Or maybe it's just a homeless guy.
I think, well, considering this was written from the perspective of someone who was young enough to believe in Santa in 2008, I'm going to go out and lived with their parents in 2008. I am going to go completely, just wild stab in the dark and say the author of this isn't particularly old. And the person who wrote this is probably
Jason
not.
Hyena's like 19.
So the person who wrote this probably isn't even in their teens yet. It's crap. It doesn't really deserve a heck of a lot of talking about it. It's rubbish. And it's on the Troll Pasta Wiki where it belongs, under the category of pasta trying to be good when it sucks enough to be a troll. It's rubbish.
Wall of text.
And wall of text, of course. Yeah, it was crap. And I had fun.
Wall of crap.
Yeah.
I think I speak for us when we say, eat a dick.
All right.
I will never do that voice again.
Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. This has been Bad Christmas Pudding, and we'll see you.
Have you been getting pegged?
See you in the new year.